Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? Excited to be here with y'all today. The moment that I wake up. Y'all ready for this morning? Let's get a little praise and worship on here. I'm gonna try not to sing, y'all, but y'all know sometimes I just can't help it. So good. As you come on, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching it from the live or replay, my name is Cathy McReynolds. I'm with Bible Business Academy, and what we do is we help you build your business with biblical principles. And today, y'all, it is Toolbox Thursday. Toolbox Thursday. So we're going to be talking about understanding your business numbers, the key to growth. I'm going to go over some KPIs with you. You see on the screen one of the things that we equipped you with when you start running ads or doing your social media marketing activities. You got to understand those numbers. So that's what we're going to dive into and talk about today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Because he's been so good, right? If he's been so good to you, let us know that in the comment. With every breath you take. Come on, y'all. This is exciting. Okay. Oh, the goodness of God. Okay, we're going to end it on that note. And let's go ahead and get everything started here today. We're going to talk about understanding your numbers and your matrix with biblical principles. So hello again, everyone. And as we dive into this essential part of building and managing a successful and faith-driven business, it's so important for you to understand your numbers and understand your matrix. Don't ever forget that. See, as an entrepreneur, sometimes we often focus on that big vision, that mission, that purpose, which we're supposed to, that God has called and placed on our hearts. But the scripture, okay, it also reminds us that planning and stewardship are just as crucial. And that's what we're going to dive in today. So grab your pen and paper. I'm going to start out with Proverbs 27:23 through 24. It says, "Be sure you know the conditions of your flock. Give careful attention to your herds, for riches do not endure forever, and a crown is not secure for all generations." That's where we come into play. And so, in business terms, this means just knowing your key performance indicators. We call those KPIs, and those numbers, they'll guide your decisions and they'll guide what you're doing. They'll guide your business, and it'll reflect the health of your business. You have to know your numbers in business, and a lot of people will shy away from that. But these matrix, they will allow you to steward your resources wisely and plan effectively. And that's what you want to do, right? And it's also going to help you take the steps that lead to abundance God's way and to get his promise the way that he promised it for us when we act in faith and diligence. So I just want to share with you guys why these matrix really matter and why it's important. Because as I said, many entrepreneurs will shy away from the numbers. We don't understand the numbers. And it's one of the most empowering things once you get it that you can do. Because your matrix, they're going to help you plan out your purpose. You have to plan your purpose. And knowing your numbers will show you exactly what you need in order to reach your goals, in order to make that happen. And it will also give you clarity. And you definitely want clarity. It's going to remove any guesswork in operating your business and that uncertainty. And numbers will also keep you accountable. We always say, people lie, numbers don't, right? That's your accountability matrix if you're producing results or if the adjustments need to be made. So you need to follow these either daily or weekly, and think of your KPIs as that map that God uses to direct your steps in business. Just as Nehemiah, we can go to Nehemiah. He carefully calculated the resources, the times it took and it needed to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. So we got to use that same standard in knowing our numbers in our business to build that effectively and to make that work. And so these KPIs are so important. I'm going to break down some of the key metrics that you need to understand, and that every business owner, you want to be able to use these. And I'm going to also show you, when you see this calculator on the side, how to walk through these numbers, and we'll change some. And if you want to get those, just drop that in the comment, and I also can send you a copy of this so you can begin. But if you're in our Genesis Academy, these are some of the things that we will share with you. So the first important number that you want to know is your revenue goal. This is how much income you want to generate over a set period of time. It could be 30 days, it could be a week, it could be a year. This is the starting point for setting your plan. When you're setting plans, we always start it with the year, then you break it down to a quarter, then you break it down to a month, then you break it down to a week, and then you break it down to a day, and then you can also break it down by the hour. The second important number is your conversion rate. And that's the percentage of leads or prospect who take the desired action that you want them to take, like purchasing your products. And when you understand these numbers, it's going to be effective in how your sales process is. You'll know if it's working. The third one is lead volume needed. So how many leads do you need based on your revenue goal and your conversion rate? And this will tell you how many people you need in order to reach or engage or to hit that income target. And I know I'm just going through these numbers kind of quickly, y'all, but just replay this back, listen to it over and over again. And most important, get in Genesis Academy. You want to know more about that, you can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/order. You can get in that. And right now we're running our Black Friday special, and that will really help you with that. The fourth number is your activity matrix. These are the daily or weekly actions required to generate those leads that we just talked about, such as posting on social media, going live, sending emails, or making calls. All of it comes into play. The fifth number that you need is your average sales volume. How much revenue you typically earn per sale. Knowing this number, it allows you to reverse engineer your revenue goals and to put in actionable steps. And reverse engineer just simply means start with the end in mind and then reverse back on what you need to do. The sixth number and most important number that you need out of all of them are important, but we're on number 6. That's the cost per lead. Especially when you're using paid advertising. This will tell you how much you're spending to acquire a potential customer. And that's going to vary per business. And that's what we're going to be able to help you with. So those are the 6 most important numbers that you need to start with. So let's look at how all of this applies to scripture and how it applies to biblical principles and building your business that way. And when you look at stewardship, it's one of the biggest ways that it applies. In Proverbs 21:5, it says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. So when you know those 6 numbers that I just gave you and understanding them, it will help you create a diligent, intentional plan. And God honors that, right? It also will help you with accountability. And Luke 14:28 reminds us, suppose one of you wants to build a tower, depending on the version you're reading, or it'll say a business. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? So part of you having these calculators and knowing your numbers and knowing your KPIs, it's just a modern equivalent of counting the cost before you build and as you build, right? So I'm going to do a walkthrough and I'm going to just show you. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over and I'm going to show you how we use that calculator and how you can use it as well in order to help you with your business part. So you can see right here, I'm using it we have a med spa. So this is Ice Fit Studio Med Spa. And let's say we have a revenue target goal of hitting 100,000 in a number of days. I got 30 days. So let's say we're taking our BioFat Freeze, which normally costs about $2,000. So you're running the special Black Friday special. You're putting that at $997. So that means, and all you do is you just come and type in your numbers, and this will change by numbers, but just for demonstration purposes, we already have them in there. The number of units that we would need is 100. It's just the math, right? And we want to make that happen in 30 days. So that means that every single day we need 3.34 sales. So you can't get three. So you need 3 sales a day, 4 sales a day in order to make that happen. And that's at a 10% closing ratio. So once you get your closing ratio, this is something that you pay particular attention to. So if I'm at a 10% closing ratio, you see that I need to get 3%, but I want to get my closing ratio up to like 30 to 40%. So that means I need to close less, and I'll actually do more in a shorter period of time. So that means that every single day I need to have 33 leads coming in. So from advertising, from going live, I can look to say, okay, how many leads did I have coming in for that day? Was it 33? And I know that I'm focusing on 4 platforms, as you can see here in the top. Here are the 4 platforms that we're focusing on. And yeah, you do focus on all of them, but this is just the 4 main ones that we're focusing on. And from each platform, I need to get 8 leads in order to make that happen with a 5% engagement rate with that. And my engagement per platform is 167%. So right here, this is everything I need. I can go in here, I can change these green buttons here. And let's say if I wanted to just take that, when we were talking about closing ratio, you see here, I got 10%. And let's say my closing ratio goes up to 30%. You see how those numbers just switched on us right there. So I only need 2.79 leads per platform. See how everything just changed right there? So all we do is we start with what is your revenue target? We put that in, and then we can go back and we're able to change that. And now you have a clear focus on exactly what you need to do in order to make things happen. So guys, I hope this clarity and you just seeing this short, we don't have time to go into real deep detail, but I wanted you to see exactly what it takes to hit your income target, for you to know and understand that understanding your numbers and understanding your matrix it isn't about the numbers. It's also about your faith-driven stewardship. And that's how we take the biblical and we mix it with the practical of building your business. So when you take the time to know the condition of your flock, as Proverbs instruct us, you position yourself to work smarter, you position yourself to honor God with your efforts, and you position yourself to achieve the results that you've been praying for. You know how that faith without works is dead? These are things that you have to know and understand. So let's just commit to approaching our business with diligence, with wisdom, and with faith. And I want you to remember that the numbers don't limit us. They empower you. They empower you to act. They empower you to plan, and they empower you to trust God for your increase. And so I hope that helped you all. I appreciate y'all. I want to thank you for joining us today. And if you got questions, you can click those in the comments. And remember, if you want to learn how to build your business with biblical principles, just go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. And we will see you tomorrow for Freedom and Faith Friday. Y'all have a blessed and awesome day. Thank you.